Hello students, how are you all? I just hope that you all are safe at your places and you all must be studying at home. Now students, let's continue the chapter number 3, elements, compounds and mixtures. Okay students, earlier in the chapter I told you about what are pure and impure substances and I also told you about what are elements. Now today you are going to learn about the atomic structure, okay, the structure of an atom and its subatomic particles, and also you're going to learn the symbols of elements, metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Okay, so let us start here with the question, what is an atom? And you here I'll be drawing the structure of an atom and its subatomic particles. Okay, so see here, question number 1 is that what is an atom, and draw a label diagram of an atom including its nucleus, orbits and their contents. So nucleus, orbits and their contents, these are the parts of the atom. Okay, so first of all, what is an atom? Atom, it is the smallest particle of an element, okay, and which is not capable of independent existence, exist independently. Now what does that mean? Now we humans, we cannot live alone. We need friends, we need relatives, we need society. The same way atoms, they also cannot live alone. They need some other atom for their existence. Okay, so atom is the smallest particle of an element which is not capable of independent existence. Okay, now here is the diagram of atom. This is the structure of an atom. Okay, this is how the atom looks. Okay, now and these are the parts of the atom and the subatomic particles also. Okay, so atom, it is divisible into nucleus and orbits. Okay, mainly nucleus and orbits, and in nucleus the subatomic particles that are present are protons and neutrons, whereas in orbits electrons are present. Okay, so as you can see here, this is an atom. This is the structure of an atom. In the center is the center part is the nucleus. Okay, and inside the nucleus proton and neutrons, they are present. Okay, protons, they are positively charged particles and neutrons, they do not have any charge on them. Then comes these orbits. Now what are these orbits? Orbits are the circular paths in which these electrons, they move around the nucleus. Okay, so these are the orbits and these are the electrons. Now electrons, they are the negatively charged particles. Okay, just like planets, they revolve around the sun, the same way these electrons, they revolve around the nucleus. Okay, in the fixed path, which is these orbits. Now students, here comes the next topic, symbols of elements. Okay, now all the 118 elements which is known so far, they all have got their own symbols. Okay, now what is a symbol? Now symbol is a short form, abbreviated name of an element. Okay, it is a short form of an element, and what it denotes? It denotes the atom of an element. Okay, the atom which is present in an element. Like hydrogen element, hydrogen atoms are there. In oxygen element, oxygen atoms are there. So what it denotes? It denotes the atom of an element. Okay, now there is some way of writing these symbols. Okay, now Berzelius in 1814, he was the first one to represent or to suggest representing elements with symbols. Okay, so he has given 3 ways by which an element can be represented by using symbol. Okay, now the first one is that the first letter of the name of the element. Okay, the symbol can be derived from the first letter of the element. Here, as in case of hydrogen. Now in case of hydrogen, as you can see, first letter is the H. So its symbol is H. In case of oxygen, first letter is O. So the symbol is O. Same is with Carbon also, C, carbon. So the first letter is C, so its symbol is also C. So this way an element can be represented by using symbol. Okay. Then the second method is that the first two letters of the name of the element. Okay, first two letters. First two letters. For example, in case of cobalt, okay, CO. First two letters are there. So the symbol is CO. Nickel, Ni. So the first two letters are Ni. So the symbol is Ni. Okay. Here same with the silicon. Okay, silicon. Si. First two letters are Si. So its symbol is Si. Okay. This was the second method. Now comes the third method, which is derived from its Latin names. Okay. Now some elements they have their Latin name also. So their symbol is derived from its Latin name. For example, ferrum. Fe. Fe is the symbol of iron. Okay, Fe is the symbol of iron. And the Latin name for iron is ferrum. Okay, so that's why Fe, it is derived from its Latin name, ferrum. So the first two letters are Fe. So the symbol of iron is Fe. The same is with cuprum. Cuprum is the Latin name for copper. Okay. So the symbol of copper is not Co, it is Cu. Cuprum. Cu. Okay. Cuprum is the Latin name for copper. Okay. So this is how elements they are named, or the symbols are given to the elements. Okay. Now students, let us see the symbols of the following elements. Here we have matters, here we have non-matters and noble gases. Okay, now let's start here with the matters. Let's see the symbols of different metals. The first one is potassium. Now the symbol of potassium is K. It's not P because it is K is derived from its Latin name kalium. Okay, so the first letter is K. That's why potassium has a symbol K. Okay, now all these elements have their Latin names. Okay, except for platinum. Platinum, Pt, it is derived from its original name only, platinum. Okay. Now, here you can see potassium K, then sodium Na. Na is derived from natrum, Na, first two letters. Then calcium, Calx, first two letters, Ca. Then magnesium, Magnesia, and it is Mg. Okay. Then aluminium, aluminium from alumen. Al. Okay. Then zinc, zinken, Zn. Okay, Zn. Then iron, ferrum. The Latin name is ferrum, and Fe, the first two letters Fe, so the symbol is Fe for iron. Then lead. The symbol of lead is Pb. It is derived from plumbum. Symbol of copper is Cu. It is derived from cuprum, Cu. Now, mercury. The symbol of mercury is Hg, which is derived from hydric iron, the Latin name for mercury. Okay, Hg. Then comes silver. Now, the symbol of silver is Ag, and it is derived from argentum, Ag. Okay. Then platinum doesn't have any Latin name, so it is derived from original name only, Pt. Okay, platinum. Then the symbol of gold is Au, which is derived from its Latin name, aurum, Au. Okay. Then comes non-metals. Okay. Now these are the non-metals and their symbols. Now the first one is hydrogen. Now hydrogen is a gas, and the symbol of hydrogen is H, which is derived from the first letter H. Okay. Then comes nitrogen. Now the nitrogen, symbol of nitrogen is N. Nitrogen is also a gas, and it is derived from the first letter N of nitrogen. Then comes oxygen. Now the symbol of oxygen is O. Now oxygen is also a gas. Then comes fluorine. F. The symbol of fluorine is F. It is also gas, and it is derived from the first letter F. Now fluorine, it is present in toothpaste. Okay. Then comes chlorine, and its symbol is Cl. Chlorine is also gas, and chlorine, it is present in, it is used as a bleaching agent, and it is used to kill germs. It is used in swimming pools. Then bromine, the symbol of bromine is Br, and bromine, it is a liquid, and it is found in many flavored cool drinks like Mountain Dew. Okay. Then comes iodine. The symbol of iodine is I. Iodine is a solid and it is present in salt. Okay, common salt. Then comes carbon. The symbol of carbon is C. Carbon, it is solid, and the coal that you see is a carbon. Then sulfur. Sulfur, the symbol of sulfur is S, and sulfur is solid. Okay. Then comes silicon, Si. The symbol of silicon is Si, and silicon is also a solid, and silicon, it is most useful elements, and it is found in almost all construction materials like concrete and bricks. Okay. Then phosphorus. The symbol of phosphorus is P, and phosphorus is also a solid, and phosphorus, it is present in matchstick. Okay. Then comes noble gases. Now noble gases, they are the inert unreactive gases that are present in traces in atmosphere or in air. Okay. Now here are the noble gases and their symbols. Let's start here with helium. Now its symbol is He. It is derived from first two letters. Then comes neon. The symbol is Ne. Then comes argon. Its symbol is Ar. It is derived from the first two letters Ar. Then krypton. It is the symbol is Kr. It is derived from the first two letters. Then comes xenon. Xe. It is derived from first two letters. And then radon. The symbol is Rn. And it is derived from first and last letter of the element. Okay, name of the element. Now you have to learn all these elements and their symbols. Okay, they are very, very important. Now students, open page number 19 of your book and let's solve objective type questions. Okay, now here we have question number 1. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate words for each of the statements given below. So options are given here and you have to choose them, and then you have to write here in the blanks. Okay, so first one is germination of seeds is considered a dash change. So what is it? What is the answer? The answer is physical. Okay, then second is if a change is permanent and irreversible, it is considered a, answer is chemical change. Okay, then third one is heating a piece of iron is considered a, answer is physical change, while heating a piece of coal is considered a chemical change. Okay, then comes question number 4. Chemical changes may involve exchange of energy in the form of, answer is light and heat. Okay, then the fifth one is change of milk to curd is a desirable change. Okay, answer is desirable. Then comes question number 2. State whether the following statements are true or false, and you have to correct the false statement. Okay, desirable changes are meaningful while undesirable changes are unfavorable. Okay, this is true. During physical changes, the composition of the original substance is not altered, but the properties of the original substance are altered. This is false. Now the statement is false here because during the physical change, the composition and the properties of the original substance, they are not altered. Okay, then comes third one. During a chemical change, the composition of the original substance is not altered and the change is irreversible. This is also false. It is because during a chemical change, the composition of the original substance, it is altered. Okay, now fourth one is melting of butter and wax are examples of chemical changes. This is also false. Okay, melting of butter and wax, they both are the examples of physical changes. Melting of ice is an exothermic irreversible chemical change. This is also false. Melting of ice is endothermic and it is reversible and it is not a chemical change. It is a physical change. Okay. Then comes match the examples of changes in list 1 with the correct type in list 2. Now here we have expansion of a steel rod on heating. It is a physical change. Rotting of eggs is a chemical change. Milk turning sour, it is a chemical change. Tarnishing of copper, it is a chemical change.
Okay, separation of naphthalene from a mixture of naphthalene and sodium chloride is a physical change. Then comes fill in the blanks. Sublimation is considered a change of state of matter, and sublimation involves a physical change. During sublimation, a solid on heating turns directly into, the answer is vapor. Here you will write vapor. Okay. Then on cooling back to, answer is solid. Here you are going to write solid. Then comes ammonium chloride, a sublimable solid, undergoes, answer is dissociation on heating. Then sublimation of iodine is an example of physical change. Then comes name the following. Okay, the product or products obtained during photosynthesis, which is a chemical change. So the answer is glucose and oxygen. They are the products. The term involved in the change of state from water to ice, which is a physical change, answer is solidification. Solidification. Okay. Then the final product of the physical change involved during melting of a piece of wax, the answer is molten wax. Okay, molten wax. Fourth one, the type of change that is physical or chemical involved during respiration in human beings. The answer is chemical change. The type of change, physical or chemical, involved when a substance undergoes a change in state, color or size. The answer is physical. Okay, so now match your answers with my answers now.